Well, hey, everybody, and welcome to another live episode of The Grid, broadcast live from our headquarters in Tampa, Florida, located high above Interstate 4. Hey, everybody, we have a great show for you today. Of course, Matt Klaskowski's here.
Welcome back.
My name is Scott Kelby, but you know what? It's not about me and Matt today.
Not at all.
You know who it's about? Me. No, it's not about either one of us. It is about one of the greatest guys ever. Amazing photographer, amazing instructor, just a really
guy.
A really cool guy. Just when you think of a cool guy, you name some cool guys, I always think of Tom because he's a very cool, great shooter and all that. That's nice, but he's a really cool guy. Tom, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here, man.
It's great to be here.
So you ready for Blind Critique Day?
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about it. I am ready to let loose. So
excellent.
What are you're in town doing KelbyOne class?
Yeah, we're working on a time lapse video. It's going to be great. It's we're going to show you how to seam up a time lapse with minimal amount of gear and using Lightroom. No video editing whatsoever.
Nice.
You might even learn a few things here, Matt. So we'll see.
Well, great. Hey, that little ad that you saw right before we went in the air of the guy climbing on the mountains, that was Tom. That was our class on adventure photography.
Yep. Go.
So go watch it because Tom would love that. Hey, really quick, just a real quick update on KelbyOne. So, you know, last week we kind of came out with it. We're adding new things and tweaking the website. There's been a couple little hiccups on the back end, but we're getting it there. So everyone, Thank you for your patience. Thanks for all the wonderful support. I keep seeing again on Twitter and everybody else just going, hey, it's great. You know, so lots of love out there. Thank you guys. And thanks for everybody being patient while we got some new things. We have the new dashboard coming up Monday. I'm
looking forward to that.
So that'll be on. We have one that's kind of in place now, but we have a bigger, badder one coming up on Monday and stuff like that. So anyway, hey, we want to get right to the stuff today. We have a lot to cover. I do want to mention this guy, Matt Klaskowski. You know him. Matt has got a class that just came out in Kelby Training that is tearing it up. People are sending me, they should be sending it to Matt, but they're sending me emails to tell me how much they love Matt's class on long exposure photography. Dude, what is with that class?
I don't know. Out of any class, my Lightroom stuff always gets a lot of nice comments from people, but out of any class that I've done in the last 2 years, it's like every time I open up Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and there's so many people just saying this class helped them out so much. So
there you go. So there it is. That's long exposure photography with Mr. Matt Klaskowski. If you're a KelbyOne subscriber, go watch it tonight. You will love it. Okay. Hey, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got Tom Bol, bang, right here, live for you. We've got the critiques. The blind photo critiques, and a little bit of other news. So that's coming up. Oh, we have some giveaways, of course. I'm going to be giving away my digital photography book, Volume 2, the refreshed version.
And Photoshop 4 Lightroom users. This one's pretty new too, right?
Yeah, it just came out. Yeah, nice. And a full year of KelbyOne. We'll be giving those giveaways later in the show. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, blind critiques. Don't go away. You're live right here on The Grid.
Hey guys, Tom Bol here. We're at Copper Mountain in Colorado. We're working on a new class on adventure sports. We're going to look at a lot of different things in this class. Everything from high-speed sync fill flash to working in portraits in a ski area environment. We'll look at gear concerns, what kind of pack to carry, how do you work on and off a lift. There's a lot of logistics that go into shooting skiing. We'll talk about getting that classic powder shot. We're also going to do one of the most classic things for ski photography, and that's seaming together a whole sequence of moves. It's absolutely fantastic. It's going to be wild. Should be a great class.
Yeah, prep.
Yeah.
Hey, shh.
That's right. We're back on.
Hey, we're back live here on The Grid. So a couple things here. So Scott's got a seminar coming up. You're going to be in Tampa.
First one of the year. Yeah.
Isn't that nice when we're in Tampa?
Yeah.
You don't have to get on a plane.
I know.
You finish and you come home that night.
It's odd, though. It really feels
it's very odd. So Scott's in Tampa February 21st and Atlanta February 24th.
Shoot Like a Pro Tour?
For Shoot Like a Pro Tour. I'm going to be in Covington, Kentucky, actually next week on the 31st.
Covington, Kentucky?
I'll be in Richmond the week after that, and Houston the week after that, and then RC's got some coming up. I think he's in Lansing, Michigan,
Oklahoma
City.
Too?
No, I'm in Houston.
Oh, you're in Houston?
I'm in Houston. So just go over to KelbyOne.com/live. You can see all the dates and everything right there. Okay, before we get on to the critiques, hey, so not much traction on that Canon post you did where you where you mentioned that you switched to Canon.
Hold on. Let me move over.
No. So a lot of you who know Tom's work, and of course a lot of know that he's a Canon shooter. And today he's here to make an announcement. No, he's not. Totally kidding. He's absolutely
I'm
not.
leaving the stage.
No. So anyway, so for those of you who watched my video, I finally kind of switched to. Well, started my switch to Canon about 6 months ago, and people kept asking me every time they'd see me with a Canon camera, they'd go, "Have you switched to Canon? Have you switched to Canon?" So I finally did a video, and I want to tell you exactly how the video went over. Just real quick, I can put it in 30 seconds. Canon people that are already on Canon, hey, this is great, awesome, welcome aboard, welcome to Canon, you're going to love it, it's great. That's half of the people. 25% of the people said, you know what? It really doesn't matter. Scott can use whatever camera he wants. It doesn't affect my life. It's like, if he wants to use it, you use the right tool for the job. So, Tom, you shoot Nikon.
Yep, I'm a
And
Nikon
you're
user.
pretty famous for shooting. I mean, you're like a,
Yeah, Nikon hires him to shoot things.
Nikon hires you to shoot
No,
things.
but I totally agree with what you just said. I mean, I think your camera system is the one that works the best for you. Whatever brand that is, I've always shot Nikon. I've always been happy with it. So I have no reason to change. But I think it's very individual on what system you use, and worry less about the system and more about the end product. Right?
Yeah.
We all want to create images. So
Right. And so I did this video. The last 25% are as pissed as they can be. And I know, and can I tell you something about, I understand that everybody wants everybody to use what they're using, right? Everybody wants to feel like they made the right choice, because in the camera world, really, you're going to choose Nikon, Canon, or Sony. And everybody wants to feel like they made the right choice, because you're looking back at the three of these and you're
Or
going,
Fuji.
or Fuji. Fuji's fine. I made one joke one time about Fuji.
Yeah, you'll
like,
never
oh
live
my
it
God.
down.
be careful.
All right. So anyway, and they're all great cameras. They're all great camera companies. And Nikon's a great camera company. I wouldn't have used their stuff for so many years if I hadn't. So, but at some point, we all want everybody to use what we're using because we feel like we made the right choice. It validates our choice. But here's the thing, and I'll give you an idea. So on my blog, right, I announced and on Google Plus, on Facebook, maybe a year ago, I wrote a book about Jesus, right, which is a very big departure for me. Wrote a whole book about Jesus. And I had people, of course, that from that day stopped following me. I'm out. I can't follow Scott. He wrote a book about Jesus. I'm out. And I lost like 200.
Yeah, how many did you lose on
Lost
Facebook?
like
Because you
two-
can see the stats.
Yeah, I lost like, well, I could see. I lost like 225 people just said, that's it, I'm not following you anymore.
Okay.
When I mentioned, this is the honest to goodness truth, when I mentioned that I was going to buy an iPhone 5, I never said you should buy an iPhone 5. I just said, hey, Apple introduced the iPhone 5. It looks kind of cool. I think I'm going to get one. Almost 2,600 people stopped following me that single day because I wasn't using the phone that they were using. That they were so upset that it's a freaking phone. What do you care what phone I'm using? It's a phone. But that gives you how much passion there is. I love the passion that photographers have. And so what they're saying is, oh, Scott, well, Canon paid you. Canon gave you money. I started off my video saying, Canon sponsors everything I do. At some point on this video,
You'll see a
you're
Canon
gonna see
logo.
the Canon logo, sponsored by Canon. Canon said, we want to work with you. I started off my video saying, Canon sponsors they sponsored the live tour. The live tour that Matt just mentioned, by the way, coming to Tampa on February 21st and then Atlanta on the 24th, is sponsored by Canon. It says, I started the video. It's sponsored by Canon. But what everybody wants to say is, oh, well, if they paid you enough money, oh, sure, anybody that thinks it's not money, it's not you. No one's saying that isn't a Nikon user. No offense, Tom, I love you. No, but you know what it is my wife said this. She said, honey, you're never, ever going to convince those people no matter what. There's nothing you can say that'll ever convince the people that want to believe they did it for the money. Because you know what? They would have done it for the money. There are people you can say, here's $50,000, they'll switch to whatever you want. You know what? you could say, give me $50,000 and I will be using an Android so fast, but I don't know if I could. Can you make it a little bit more?
Maybe 100.
Make it 100. Yeah. Make it 100.
More money for that switch.
But, my buddy Terry White has this funny thing and says, whatever you say that you won't do, there is a certain price at which you will. But here's the thing, is obviously I already had tremendous camera gear, right? I had Nikon D3S, a Nikon D4, all these different cameras. It wasn't like, man, if I go to Canon, then I'll finally get some good gear.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Anyway, it created such a thing. It's still going on today. It's like, but here's the thing is, whatever camera I switch to, I don't come to your house and take your gear. You can still shoot whatever you have. If you loved it last week, love it this week. You know what? I think everybody has to choose what tool they like. I'm shooting sports. The last thing I thought, and I even let them know, look, I'll be happy to try your Canon gear. I ain't switching. I was very upfront with them, and they were very upfront with me. Now somebody said, "Oh, Scott, you're so stupid." They knew that if they sent you all this gear, that you were going to fall in love with it and switch. And all I can say is, you know what? Good for them. It was a good plan because they did. They sponsored all our stuff. They asked me if I want to try this stuff, and I fell in love with it, and I switched. Anyway. But people are really, really cranked about it. Really, all the crap going on in the world, this is what we're talking about today. Now, you know what we're going to talk about? How bad your photos are. Because that's what we're really here for to do. So, anyway, I wanted to wrap that up because some people have been carrying on about it on a level that, it's like...
Yeah, it's interesting.
It is. It's fascinating. But, hey, can I tell you something? 30 more seconds. I'm going to get to this. Today, I watched a free webinar from ProPhoto. So I just happened to see somewhere on the web, free ProPhoto. It was a webinar from a guy, Mark Wallace. I wasn't familiar with Mark, but very good teacher. It was a free webinar. You just sign on. He did it live. He broadcast it live, and you watch this. And I just thought, well, that's kind of cool. He's talking about shooting outdoors with high-speed sync, and I want to see it. I just got my first piece of ProPhoto gear, right? I've only shot with it a couple times. I don't even really know how to use it, as Brad will attest to. So I signed up for it. I got a reminder an hour before. I went and watched it. Number one, Mark Wallace, didn't know him before. He's very good. Number two, thank you, ProPhoto. It was a free seminar.
Yeah.
Number three, I learned some stuff. It was very good, very informative, really nicely done. In the chat that went beside there, I couldn't believe how awful people were to him. I'm always the one doing the live seminar, so I never see the chat. Every time he took a shot, every time he took a shot, they would go, "Oh, well, look, the lighting's not right. Her face looks, it's too bright. This is overexposed by his stuff." The guy's just talking about, here's how this flash works. He's not saying, I'm going to do an incredible photo here, and you're going to get to take a peek of it. He's teaching.
I totally understand
how hard it is to make a great photo when you're not trying to make a great photo. You're trying to help other people move along. You're trying to help them push the ball up the hill. Here's how it goes. So they would nitpick every single thing. They're in there going, well, here's what I use. And they start listing all their equipment and why the way they do it is better than Mark is doing it. Then there was people giving ProPhoto crap for their price. You need to explain to me why I should buy this because the Paul C. Bluff is just as good. So now they're arguing back and forth. They're no longer watching the free, excellent seminar from ProPhoto. They're now arguing about the price, and people are, anyway. Then they started this thing. Oh, they're just trying to sell you this ProPhoto gear.
Really?
Really? So anyway, well, of course they're trying to do it, but they're doing it through education. High five. They're educating their customers. I'm a ProPhoto customer now. I bought my first ProPhoto thing. I want to see. I want to learn how to use their stuff. I saw them doing some stuff today I didn't know. I think it was free and it was valuable. If I had paid for it, it still would have been worth it. And they were the people were so ungrateful. And so at one point he really talked about TTL. Mm-hmm. He really didn't talk about shooting manual. And somebody said, I noticed you didn't talk about manual mode. Is that because of your lack of knowledge?
Ouch.
Anyway, but you know what? This is where we are in photography today. The attacks on this poor guy, it's just like, really? All right. That's my rant on ProPhoto. I just want to say publicly, thank you, ProPhoto. The seminar rocked. Mark Wallace, you were great. God bless you. Let's do some Brian Floater critiques. Tom. So, Tom, here are the rules.
Tell me. I'm ready.
We got to tell them the truth.
Oh, not the truth.
No, because they don't hear the truth.
Come on.
They're-
Candy coated a little bit?
Their friends don't tell them the truth.
It's hammer time.
Their friends don't tell them the
hammer
truth.
time.
Their spouse won't tell them, look, honey, you need to sell your gear.
Pretty shot.
I'm looking at thumbnails. I think I like this
I
first
think this- I think
group.
this person's
like,
good.
What
I'm
is
sitting
there?
here just looking at
Good.
thumbnails.
All right,
Like,
let's take a look. This person's
What if
good.
there's nothing to say?
All right, Tom, I'm just going to go through here real quick, and we can
Yeah.
make an overall statement at the end here. There's two.
Wow.
And Tom, just so you know, they're a little punchier up on that screen that you're looking at.
Yeah, the
I
big screen that we're
So
seeing.
if you ever think something looks punchy, just know
Okay.
it's probably
Yeah,
the
like a
screen.
little too
And
vibrant
I'm
or
gonna
something.
slam everything. That's what
right.
I was told to do
I
here.
like that one.
Wow. Take a look at that.
Okay, I'll make the first comment. First off, this is a good photographer. Whoever
Yeah.
you are, I want to kill you, but you're great. And so, nice job, really, all the way around. I think the things are interestingly lit. That has a very Joel Grimes-esque to it.
Yeah.
Look.
I was just
Very
gonna say
nice.
that's a Joel
that's
Grimes shot.
right out of the playbook.
I
That
like-
looks like a Canon shot.
No, it's a Fuji.
Okay, so anyway, this is, I think, the one is the best lit. I think that one, but I
love this
Yeah.
one. Yes.
This
Yeah.
shot is awesome. It's so
I agree.
clever. And I don't care whether it was done in post or not. I don't know if it was, but I'm kind of having to think it was. But I don't want to say that because you don't know. But I don't care if it was 100% done in post. This is a very, very
Yeah.
cleverly done, very clever, just very good. Tom?
Yeah, I would agree with you on the lighting on this. I like the shot. I think I might have played a little bit more with some of the background and filling
just
in.
thinking-
This might be a little bright there, but we're nitpicking.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think there's
Yeah,
a whole lot here that I'm going to go after.
Yeah, you could say maybe this is a little bright, but you know what? This stuff is so good that you're nitpicking.
Yeah, I think your beginning statement really hits it well. Whoever this is, they're using a lot of different kind of lighting. They're styling. I mean, a lot of what I look for in a sports shot is, do they know the sport they're shooting? I mean, like this guy skateboarding. He's going from swimmers to bikers to skateboarding. Obviously understands action, lighting. This is like a tungsten white balance with the gelled light, or maybe it was done in post. But if I had one thing I would nitpick on the skateboarder, and this is only saying this having shot a lot of it, I think it's easy for their body motion and just their configuration to get bunched up. And so, granted, this is nitpicky for sure. I like the shot, but I think it's, in some ways, if he would have shot a bunch of different frames of this exact same jump, that maybe he would have gotten an image where the skater is a little more played out. He isn't, his appendages don't kind of just
No,
go
that
into
makes
this.
sense.
No.
It's hard to do as a skater because you're grabbing a rail, you're doing that, so it kind of bunches you down. But I bet you can find a frame, if you're going to really work this for a client, that he's a little more spread out, a little more cleaner, something
You
to
do a
run
lot
with
of
it.
commercial stuff.
Yeah, this kind of stuff, I mean, as we all know with sports, you shoot tons and tons of frames to get one that's going to work. And when you're lighting it like this is not like, every time this guy has to do a pass. And so after 30 passes, he's about ready to collapse. He's like he's been jumping all afternoon. So, but that's what you got to do to get that one shot.
Tom,
Hey,
man,
Tom, dude.
you already.
Sorry, I'm like,
You
said
can
go
leave now
after it.
because
You're
you
right.
already did your job for the
Good
day.
job. That was terrific. Hey, we just got a note here, Brad. I guess the person that was watching this says this picture is actually body paint and a red and white background, right? So body paint and red and
Wow.
white background. Very,
That's
very
great.
clever.
Yeah.
I like it even better now.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it was harder.
Yeah, how does that work? Yeah.
I have no problem with post-processing, as you might know, Tom. I'm a kind of a fan.
I figured it was body paint, but I figured they did the background after.
All right, well, that's very, very well done. Let's look at number 2 here. We're going to go through
All right.
all 5 of them real quick.
Okay.
I like that. It's a shot of a selfie. Getting a boog.
Yeah.
Not bad. Matt?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's more like of a snapshot that you might put into the wedding book. I don't know I don't know. That's something that they're hanging on the wall.
It's good for your Facebook page.
Yeah, it's a cute shot. If I did anything in post, I would take like the brush and just brighten their faces a little bit.
Yeah.
And I would probably get rid of this. There's a bright light up there for no reason.
Right on the edge.
So it just kind of draws your face.
Yeah, cute shot, though.
Well, actually, their faces are better exposed on my screen than
Are
what we're
they?
seeing up there. Yeah, so we'll kind of let that one go. This is kind of dramatic lighting, which is kind of nice. It's, you know what it is? The lighting is nice, but there's nothing really happening in the photo. It's just, it's a dude riding, looking at the reins.
Yeah, you know, if I had anything I'd do on that, I think it's just like you said, it's almost out of context. Like maybe give us a little background, or you might lessen the drama feel, but in some ways, maybe that might help tell the story a little better or add a little more context to it. Even that is giving it a little more depth to the whole shot.
Cute kid. I mean, it's a cute little shot. You know, you know what? It's not real hard to make a good shot of a kid that cute.
Especially when you take a shallow depth of field lens and just.
The only thing here I would say is that you have a ton of meaningless brick wall, and she's very tight to the edge of the frame on this side, and that tends to make it look uncomfortable. Like to the viewer, they're looking at the shot. When you're that close to the edge of your frame, it does tend to make things look a little.
And that brick wall is bright.
Yeah,
the
that
brick
was
wall is very
the
bright,
right
but
side is.
If only there was a program.
If only there was a graduated filter.
How does that work?
And negative exposure.
Yeah, I definitely would tone down the right side.
Whoa,
or
grab the wrong
radio.
tool. Sorry, dude.
Hey, radio.
Grab the wrong tool.
Like a
Yeah, I know
big
somebody
radio.
wrote a book on that.
Yeah, sorry. Grab the wrong tool.
There we go.
Grab
That's helping.
the wrong tool. Let's hide the overlay. So you can see a quick before and after here.
There we go.
And then I'd even probably brighten her face up a
Yeah,
little
you could.
bit,
Now you
too.
could because.
And then let's go grab the adjustment brush and let's make the exposure on her face a little bit better. And I don't know, it's going to be a little too bright. but
No,
we're
not
gonna-
at all.
We're going to, dude, I've just got to start someplace.
Ouch!
Come on, I couldn't resist.
So that's a little better on just put a little more light on her face. And that's not a killer post-processing job by any means. And you know what else, too, I would throw on this? I would probably throw just a little bit of an edge vignette just to kind of bring the light a little more towards her.
I like it.
Yeah. I agree with your earlier comment, Scott, though. I feel like she's very tight on the left side. I think she's feeling just a little cramped there.
Yeah.
So give us a little more space, I know, when they compose that shot.
And this is, it's nice dramatic lighting of a guy doing absolutely nothing.
And he's almost turned away.
Yeah.
It's not even. I don't know if I'm seeing it wrong, but it's not even a profile. It's almost looking away.
And you know what? But here's the thing. Here's the overall writing thing. Here is, I think your use of light is pretty good, but your subjects, with the maybe kind of exception to them, are not doing interesting things. I'm sitting on a horse in well lit. I'm a cute little boy, well lit. I'm a woman with a nice smile, doing nothing important, well lit. And another guy with there's not, when Peter Hurley was here, he talked a lot about people's expressions and getting to know the real them and getting some depth and all. These are all just flat. It's not the lighting.
Yeah.
It's funny because
Yeah.
it's always the lighting.
Yeah,
It's
it's
got
not
the
the
lighting
lighting.
part
It's
down.
flipped this time.
Work with your
Yeah.
subjects. Work with your subjects. But you know what it is? People always think that the lighting's the hard part.
Right.
And I think for some people it is, but what makes the magic is the interaction and getting emotion and getting them to do something interesting. And nobody here is doing anything interesting, with the exception of maybe this shot. But the overall feel of this shot is I took it with my cell phone. And this would be in a small corner in the wedding book, not like a 2-page spread. But I mean, not bad overall. Number 3. Here we go.
Oh,
We gotta move through these a little faster.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Here we go. Well, we got a little sidetracked.
Oh, I saw a problem.
wow.
I saw a problem. Oh, okay, never mind. It looked black and white. Oh, there's the problem.
Yeah.
I did see a problem.
Boy,
Okay, so here's the thing. The selective color, there's actually a sound effect that goes with selective color. It's this. Wah, 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 wah. Really, selective color.
ouch.
Be very selective when you use it.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Nothing says 1996
Like
selective color.
Hey, the 1990s called, they want their effect back. Okay. This, I kind of like it. It's a little bit of a lower angle. It's not as low as I would have liked to see you get.
Could it be
But-
cropped in?
Yeah,
Yes, it could be cropped in. I think they're trying to keep a lot of the lighting in there, but I think that's not helping the shot.
Yeah, I would definitely get closer, try to get more expressions, like what's going on there. There we go.
That's a
Yeah,
much more
yeah,
dynamic shot.
that looks-
Much more.
I agree.
And I can tell you what the photographer that shot it would probably say. Well, I really like the stadium lights, and I
the
like the way
lights,
they
yeah.
looked at. But you know what? This isn't a shot about the stadium lights.
Clone them in post.
Yeah, no.
It's all black back there. It should be easy.
Or just what you call it? Get one of Corey's brushes.
Yeah.
So you're suffering from a few things here. One of them is a horrible background.
Yeah.
Number two is you've included all kinds of people in this play that have nothing to do with the play, right? Your story is right here. That's where your story is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were way. In fact, you could probably go a little tighter than that.
It's
fact that-
actually. Go ahead. I'll change.
I mean, I like that his mouth is open and he's making an expression, but it's
not a great one.
It's not a great
Yeah.
expression, and it looks like, oh my God, the ball was going to hit me, and I closed my eyes. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't have what I would call the intensity or passion or any of this. Just anyway, it needs this. It needs a little.
Some
Yeah.
athletes would look at a photo of them and say, "Damn!"
Yeah.
Like I look into it in that photo.
Yeah.
He looks like
Yeah.
he's about to
no,
cry. in
he's
that
like,
one.
ouch.
He wouldn't want a copy of
Yeah.
that. And as for this one goes, you put your camera on a tripod
Yeah.
at f/22 and went click. There's
and
nothing-
applied some normal contrast. to
There's-
it.
yeah.
There's need more.
You need a little bit of work. What I think if you're shooting some sports here, you need to go look at some amazing sports photographers. Go look at Bill Frakes.
Dude, just zooming in, into
yeah.
that photo
You
made it a
asked
very
this
different photo.
Yeah.
So Brad posed a great question. Is there a way they can get closer to the action without buying a $10,000 lens? Absolutely.
Rent a $10,000 lens.
No, buy a teleconverter.
Yeah,
Get a
teleconverter.
teleconverter. It's going to get you a lot closer.
Yeah.
It's $500, and you know what? $500. You go, oh, it's just $500, Tom. Photography is the only genre where you can say it's just $500. People go, wow, really? Just $500? All right. Okay. So you need a little bit of work there, but you're not. Okay.
You're getting there.
Okay. Let's go through these.
Wow. Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
Wow.
I was just in Kauai last week. I kind of have a surfer thing going on right now.
So, you know what? Here's what's interesting. I thought the first shot is terrific. I thought the next
Wow.
shot was pretty good. I love
Yeah.
the color and I love
agree.
the motion.
Silhouette.
I don't really like the way this one's lit. I would like to see him lit from the front, and if he is lit from the front, it's so far at the side that it's just. But this is the one that
Yeah.
killed me. Why did you light the rock?
The tire.
Now, if you did like the rock and stuff, there's a program that will let you unlight the rock. And so, really, it's really not. I think you still want to see it, but that rock is about as bright as anything in the picture.
Yeah.
Dude, just do the graduated filter and on the bottom. Because
Yeah.
the tire, that whole rim is looking kind of.
Oops, I'm going the wrong way. How can I be going the wrong way? No.
This is done really well, though.
Negative exposure.
Just
I was
reduce
almost
the
gonna,
impact of
bring it
those
up from the
rocks.
bottom
There
and
we
get that
go.
front
That's
tire,
looking
too.
better.
You want the front tire too?
Yeah, that front tire's kind
Oh,
of.
you're kind of picky,
I
aren't
know.
you?
There you go. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tone it
Yeah.
down.
And so seeing that rock is good, but
Just not as bright.
Do the preview.
Yeah, let's do the difference here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Remember, we're using light to lead the viewer,
Yeah.
and you're leading them to that rock. Why would you lead me to the rock? So anyway, good though, good photographer. The only thing I would do, I would have stopped before I sent this shot. in.
I was thinking the same. Those first two surfer
Yeah.
shots were
Like,
great.
you know what? If you'd have just done bang bang and maybe this one would have been like, dude,
It's got
Yeah.
rocks.
and it's kind of like this one looks like it was lit with a car headlight. You know, like you go to
Yeah.
Home Depot, you get a Coleman lamp, a big Coleman lamp, right? And you just aim it. All right, ready, go. And then it's not flattering light. It's not pretty light. It's very shadowy. It's not.
Yeah.
And this is, you know what it is, and this is hard. And this I'm going to ask you about this, Tom. Man.
Dude, please, I'm waiting to hear.
Under lighting is not generally a flattering form of lighting. Now, the problem is, and this is what I want to ask you, is You're never going to be above the.
No, that's a huge. One way that we've gotten around this is you can actually buy 24-foot Manfrotto stands, and I know you're like, really, you're going to do that? But the answer is yes. In positioning lights, if you're shooting super pipe or you have mountain bikers and you're always dealing with this person who's going to be above you. That gives you at least an option to get a higher light, but the challenge is if it's windy or you can have you got an extension cord for your light, or you can move a quadra all the way to the top of the pole, which makes it even wobblier. But yeah, underlighting is a real problem with this kind of stuff. You just are trying to find locations, places you can get a light higher. Otherwise, you're just stuck with that angle, and generally, you're not going to like it. So
24-foot light stand.
Oh, buddy, you got to come out. Balloon Boy, we caught him as he went over our house in Fort Collins. That light goes so high. It is cool.
All right, well, you got some good stuff going there. That's good. Got some good stuff. All right, here we go. Got a football shot. Got another football shot. That's cool.
Wow.
But you know what? All Army shots are cool. And is there a puck? Oh, yeah, it's over there. You should draw a red circle and an arrow. Puck over here.
Yeah.
Okay, pretty good stuff all around. This is my favorite. I like it. Of course, anyone that's going to look at this and just say, oh, well, you're supposed to see the player's eyes. And all, okay, whatever. But and I know that's like the golden rule, but I still like the shot. I like that he's up high. I tell you what, he'd have looked like he was up really high if you'd have been down on a knee or laying down. He would have looked like he was jumping up 6 feet. He looks like he was jumping up like a kid could jump all day long.
Yep.
But it could have been a lot more dramatic. Changing your field of vision, your perspective. Get down low as you can get makes a big difference. This one, it just needs cropping.
What about that red?
You know what? Yeah,
it's just kind of pulling me from where we.
Yeah, you got a bad background again, and I talk quite a bit about this in shooting sports. But you know what? You really have a good shot somewhere in here.
Yep. You just got.
You have a dynamic shot right there. I can actually see what's going on. You really can't see the players' faces, but that's not the end of the world for a shot like this because you can see. You'd see a little bit of his face, a little bit of it here. I like the shot, and it's actually I can crop it a little better. That red is really a killer because it's just
kind of really pulls you out.
Yeah, you could go vertical with it. You have to go a little, maybe a little.
There you go.
There we go. Maybe that'll get it.
The cropping is a little
not working as well.
I think you can see how powerful a photo it could be. This is, just a great shot because it's so unusual. You don't see this every day. So, and this one, the only fortunate thing is that the puck you don't see the puck. Even though I was looking over here. Is that the puck? No, I thought that was the puck at first. You're looking around, and when you have to search for a while to find the puck. Now, we're not looking at a very large size. I would like to have seen it larger. Let's see.
It still blends in pretty well.
That's the only thing wrong with that.
But I can see Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts is dead on the money. All right.
All right.
Hey, we're going to take a short break. We're going to break Brad off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. When Brad writes the word break, which he lets us know when it's time to break, he feels like he has to actually kind of toss something in there.
It says break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. That's good, Brad.
That's good. Hey, we got Tom Bol here. We're doing blind critiques. Stick around. We're live right here on the grid. Don't go away. Hey, everybody, we're back. Scott Kelby here with Tom Bol. Hey, we got a deal for you. Peach Pit, one of our sponsors. Yeah, we're paid by them. 40% paid by Peach Pit. We get checks from them. 40% off.
I actually do get checks once in a while from
Me
Peach
too.
Pit.
I know, it's great. I know. So Peach Pit, we love Peach Pit. Shout out to Peach Pit.
But not because of this.
No, we love them because they do great books, but because we get checks from them, then this is tainted. 40% off night photography. Wait a minute. Tom, have you been paid by Nikon?
Oh, never.
I think
Night photography, Gabriel Biederman.
There it is, thank you.
Gabe Biederman, Gabe.
Gaby.
The G-Man.
We love Gabe.
And Tim Cooper, who's also a great guy. I've met Tim before. The ebook price is $14.99. Just go to peachpit.com/KelbyTV. Use the code KelbyTV.
All right. We're going to go right back to our critiques. Can we show you something interesting?
Yes.
Look at this next one. Now, I'm going to have to try to make them bigger. I don't know why these are so tiny.
Because it's bridge.
Bridge sucks. It does, dude. There's a reason why it's free. Here we go.
Ooh.
I can't quite
what
zoom in
happened there? We
enough.
gotta look
But can I
rough.
tell you something? These are 5 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the next level photographer from the last guy. Mm-hmm. This is a person that has got the angles down, the timing, the composition, but the look of their photos. These look like that next level. They're getting the background out of focus. Look at the load. They're low here because you can see the roof so well. And it just like, you can really see, look how tall she looks.
It's
7 foot, 8 foot tall.
great perspectives. They're really working different angles.
I like that shot.
Yeah, that's
In
great.
tight,
Right over the
they're
shoulder.
cropping look how everything is
Yep.
cropped tight. This is as tight as you could go with a shot. In fact, you could even say they may be overcropped. I wish you could see these larger. Oh, there we go. Off into a different thing here. I can't get it to the size I really want because, the bridge. It's the bridge.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a little too tight.
I can't get back to 200% on it. It's just going to be what it is. Ooh, there's 200%.
There we go.
All right, now you can see him at a decent size. That took a little doing, let me tell you.
Brad says, but Scott, there's so much noise in that nighttime football shot.
Who cares? Yeah, it's a little noisy. Who cares? It's a cool shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well done.
Love the
High
ref.
five to whoever's
Yeah,
doing this. You're shooting great. And Tom?
Yeah, I'd agree. Definitely next step up.
All right. Here we go.
All right. Wow, landscapes.
It was going so good. It started off so strong. Nice shot, nice water.
Good silhouette, yeah.
Kind of a silhouette shot.
Yep.
I like the water. There's no sky going on there, but you did a good job of minimizing the sky.
Yep.
I love the color on the
I
wood
love
and the leading lines.
Very strong graphics, the lines and that.
Then-
This is kind of like, yes, you can shoot and get some flare back there, but it's not really tying it together.
What is that?
Yeah, it's
Some kind of a bug?
butterfly on a flower. I mean, you're tight on the eyes, but once again, it's black and white. I think is an interesting choice for that. I would wonder about the color of the flower, the butterfly.
If you see if you go on 500px and type in butterfly on flower, then you'll go, oh, that's what it's supposed to look
Yeah.
like. Oh,
It looks like it was shot in very harsh light, too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Some ducks in the pond
yeah.
late in the afternoon. Oh, you started off with such good promise. That's a pretty shot. That's a pretty shot. Uh-oh. Whoa. Ducks in a pond late in the day. It's ducks in a pond late in the day. Don't go away. All right, let's see. So need some stuff there. Okay, here we go. I'm cleaning dishes.
Oh,
It's interesting. This one's the opposite. I like the shots at the end.
I was going to say.
yeah.
much better than the ones they started with.
exactly. Reverse.
I don't know. She's got a drop shadow behind her, so I guess it's a ring flash
It looks like it.
with a really bright dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, neat.
Shouldn't have sent that one in.
You know, and sometimes it's hard to see, like, out of context. Like,
Right.
Was it shot for an ad? Was it? It's like,
Sure, it has a meaning to it, but
Yeah, but
for
we can only judge it based on what we're seeing.
we're seeing,
You know,
yeah.
it's like if stuff hangs in a gallery, you won't be there to explain. Oh, but this was done this way. And this was the reason why she's holding a dish rag. Very cute little girl, cute mom. That's just a cute little shot. This is just interesting. I don't think it's exposed very well.
It's the house is so. Yeah, there you go. Just click auto. Did you click
I did
click
click auto, yeah, but see, it was real flat looking.
I know.
It needed a little juice, and a little clarity wouldn't hurt either. So there, a little juice that up a little
better.
bit. But I mean, still, it's just kind of makes you go, huh?
Yeah,
It's almost like a trick shot. Like,
that's it. I'm struggling with the angle on this one. It just isn't. It's
No,
hard
the
to-
angle works.
this
a little bit better
I would have
here.
liked. I kind of like it because it's obviously an old car, but I don't want to see the door ajar thing.
Oh yeah,
That
the
really
red.
kills it, the digital
Yep.
stuff, because this looks like the old speedometer from an old car, and I'm seeing this new stuff. Because I thought when I saw this, what drew me to it was this looks like an old Cadillac. I thought that's kind of cool, and then you see this driver's door
Yeah.
ajar, and you see the stock from a brand new car, and I went, oh, it's not bad. And this one I like.
I like
Just-
this
I
Yeah,
don't know why, I just like it.
No, I like the.
I'm not a
people.
street photographer, but I like
Yeah,
that.
no, I think that there's a great contrast. A lot of
Well, just the flare in the background, the sunlight coming
people.
through.
It's that play of
People.
shadow and. Yeah.
People who need, say it with me. Gosh, someone was listening. Here we go. These are horses.
I say nay.
Hey, how did we
Yeah.
get to 200% earlier and it worked? Oh,
There you go.
Tom.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, so you watch those 5 images and, sure you like the little girls and some of the expression on the people, but everything just needs to be tightened up and just more focused. Like, for instance, the horse photo here. It's pretty light. It's afternoon light, but it's like it's horses. We need more. Unless maybe it's part of an editorial story or something, but a standalone, a single. This is a little more intriguing to me, just the graphic nature, the color, the shape. It's not something I see every day in my neck of the woods in Colorado. So that and the clouds, maybe there's something we can do with this.
It's better. It's good. It does have some cool color going on it. Later on in the day, if you got those shadows longer and stuff, it could have been different.
This is not a flattering position to shoot this shot from. You look like you're down on your knees shooting this one, which makes her bottom half of her look large. And you should have been at her eye level or higher. It's just not a flattering shot.
She looks. I'm going to go back to what Peter Hurley said. She just looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She looks like she's got that smile. Like, are you taking the picture? I'm not quite sure.
That's exactly right. It's like you can almost
I'm
tell.
uncomfortable here.
It's like, do I know you? You
Yeah.
can see it in just her body language. It's not sure where that's going.
This is probably the best one of a bunch for like a senior portrait, but it's still, you're not getting much out of her. Here, hold this guitar, lean your head forward, click. And this is a snapshot with your cell phone.
Not
No.
cute kids, but
in
gotta
order
do
to
more than that.
in order to take this photo and not leave them with nothing, you got 2 cute kids. You could have made it a better shot, and he might not have been able to control this if they didn't have a fence behind them.
The fence, and the first thing that I see with these kids is like, I want them to get together.
Yeah.
Like, let's let them
this big
celebrate
gap
being
here.
girlfriends, right? They're gonna have.
Get the fence
Hey.
from out behind them, get them together, and then if it were a sunny day, you'd put the sun behind them and kind of
Wait,
get that dreamy
wait.
type of a look. And it's
This-
also blue.
Wait,
It's blue.
Matt. No, I've got the answer.
Dude, could this be the only time in the world?
World, that
Oh,
content-aware
content-aware move.
actually worked? Could it be?
Let's see.
I'm not putting money on it.
No way.
Let's.
So every day we try this. It's kind of a challenge here at our headquarters to find the photo that will actually work with content-aware move.
Oh, hold your breath. Oh,
That's
it's
not
That's
bad.
close.
getting
I mean,
pretty
there is
close.
her arm. I mean,
Dude,
there's
we
some
could clone
stuff.
that out,
Well,
though.
That's not bad.
It's getting there.
Wow. All right, we got.
Can you do auto color balance? Is it me or is it blue?
It's got.
Just do auto. Is there an auto? Auto.
Well, no, I would do it. Well,
I'd have done it in camera raw, but yeah.
auto color here.
There we go.
Well, you know what? I think if you use camera raw as a filter,
Oh God, if we
maybe
could only
just
do
made
that.
it a little warmer.
There we go.
Yeah, a little warmer. They were a
Yeah,
little bluish. Doesn't
there
make
we-
people look
that-
good. That
that
makes
helps.
them warms them up a little bit. But content-aware move. It's kind of.
Hey,
it kind of
almost-
works.
I was gonna say.
That's its new
That's what I was
tagline.
closing
It's
you.
new
Kind of
tagline.
move. It kind of works.
Kind of works.
We found an example.
All right, what do we see here?
Ooh, rock
Concert shot. Oops, I didn't mean to open it in Bridge.
Rock
I mean in the
star.
camera raw. Sorry. Here we go. All right, we're actually going to bring in a guest critiquer.
Critiquer.
We happen to have a pro concert photographer here on staff. A beautiful man, a can of ham. You don't have to come over. You can just
Yeah.
tell us what you want. So it's Brad Moore. You know, Brad shoots for Sound Spike and is a tremendous concert photographer.
No swearing, Brad.
Yeah, that's part
But
of it.
so Brad, real quick, can you just give us your thoughts here?
I would crop in so that there's not so much room at the top.
All right. So he says there's a little bit too much room on the top,
Keep it in proportion, that'll bring it on the sides as well.
and keep it in proportion so it brings it in on the sides as well.
Probably add some contrast and clarity.
Add some contrast and clarity. A little contrast.
Contrast.
A little clarity.
And selective color. Really, Brad?
Ooh.
Selective color?
Selective color. Make his guitar in color. Leave everything else black and white. Is that what you said? Brad just said no. Ooh, sorry. No, he did not say that. Okay. Anything else, Brado? Is it a tad bit overexposed?
I wouldn't think so, no.
Okay. Well, I'm looking on my screen. I don't know what you're
I'm
saying.
looking at it on my screen too.
Okay. Well, your screen's stupid.
I mean, as far as editing goes, that's about all you can do. And then, other than that, it's just
Okay.
wait for the right moment, which that's fine.
Waiting for the right moment.
Oh, do tell on this.
Now, is this the two people? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually, in this case, like all the extra space because you can see the lights coming in
Yeah.
from the top. I like
Yeah.
whenever you get the effect from the lights like that.
No, I would agree. Now, but Brad, let me ask you this. You do have this junk over here.
Do you want to repeat?
Got a monitor.
Do you want to repeat what I said? So,
Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. You're right. Brad said. I keep
not
thinking
mic'd.
Brad's mic'd. Brad said in this case he likes all the extra light. Lighting is part of the concert. It adds drama. What else did you say? Adds drama.
that.
Yeah. But so I was asking Brad, what do you think about the monitor and the extra chair over there? Can we crop those away? They're not bringing much to the party. Over on the left side.
I wouldn't overdo it.
Hey, we're overdoing it.
Well, I'm not saying what you're doing, but I just wouldn't overdo it too much.
Well, trust me, it was fantastic what I just did.
Okay.
Brad says I can't see what you're doing. I go, trust me.
Don't worry, Brad.
Brad, it's awesome.
it's in control.
And last one, Brad, right here.
Yeah. What about this?
Right here, club shot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's playing Sabians. Got a couple of Sabians there.
This is the give and take of small venues versus big venues. This is a small venue, so they've got stage access.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Oh, Brad said there's an advantage to the small clubs like this because he's got stage access. He's right there on stage and able to see that.
But the lighting sucks.
But the lighting sucks,
And there's not much you can do about it.
and there's not much you can do about that. So, what would you say about the shot?
Decent shot. I might increase the shutter speed a little bit so you get more frozen sticks.
He might increase the shutter speed so you get more frozen sticks, but my guess is it's the frozen sticks that made you like this shot.
Could be.
Now, what you really need is actually what we call fish sticks. Okay. Thank you, Brad. So this is a nice picture of a nice little girl and a nice looking couple.
Yeah.
Stick to concerts. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're
I mean,
nice.
yeah.
You know, they're.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Boom. 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 Man, they're all over the place.
Wow. Lots of different
Okay.
subject matter here.
So I do not like dead tree shots. I just don't like them. As a rule, I like this one.
yeah, I think it works well too with having shot a bunch of aspens. Remember?
Yeah,
Just
where
where
I
it's
was talking
Colorado.
about this.
I think they found a good. This works. I think it's good.
This is not a great photograph, but it's a cute moment. It's not like, wow, you really shot that well, but you captured a very cute, he's like, young lady. And, I think that's kind of cute. There's some distracting things, a car and a chain in front of it and stuff. There is a program that will remove that chain. It's called Chain Remover. CC, I think.
CC.
And cropping it. So this stuff is not adding much to the photo, right? Over there, this apartment complex and stuff.
crop that
And
out.
you got such a cute story going on right here. That's where your story is.
It's almost a black and white.
Think it's a black and white?
Could be. And I'm not a black
Matt
and white
thinks so.
guy. I don't know.
I think just
Yeah, I
cropping
think-
down, tightening up is helping a lot.
Yeah, it's a much more dynamic. And now you're really seeing his gesture and her thing like, oh, come on. I'm really cute. Let me offer that, just a warning. Okay, just a warning, lady. All right,
Yep.
so first time that's ever been done, by the way. This is selective color in real life.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on here.
Yeah, no, you don't know what you're. I mean, there's that red bridge, but not enough of it to really
Yeah.
like. Is that what you want us
Yeah,
to
if
see?
you saw
here?
more of it, it'd
Yeah,
actually
you're
be
just
a better
kinda
photo.
wandering through the shot.
Yeah. Hey, is that a young Nuo?
Yeah.
Hey, it's a young Nuo.
A kid holding a flash.
Yeah.
Kid holding a flash on her umbrella. This one I kind of like. I actually like people in travel shots, except for these people aren't doing anything interesting. You see one guy's butt, and then someone just kind of, they're not, you know what I mean? If they were doing something, there was some
Yeah.
interesting anything in there, I think it would help. But there's just, unfortunately, there's
Really-
not an interesting anything. I like the color. The color's the whole subject of this. It's a cobblestone street. It's at dusk. There's
I like it cropped in too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
actually
it
has-
cropped better.
Yeah.
As soon as you
they're-
did that,
they're
I'm
too
like, I
far
like it a
back.
little bit more.
Yeah. No, there's all that foreground
Yeah.
dark isn't doing it.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. All this isn't helping because the reason you like this shot is what's in here.
Yep.
If you cropped it tall, you might have something
Yeah,
nice.
try vertical and getting in a little closer. Yeah, that's coming around. There we go. Better.
So
That might be a Canon shot. What do you think, Tom? Canon or Nikon?
Tom wants to make an announcement today.
Oh, yeah. I don't
All
know
right.
anything about these guys. I don't.
All right. Brad says sticks and stones may break my bones,
Hint.
but words will
Hint,
never.
hint.
Or there it is. All right, guys, we're going to take a short break just because we can. When we come back, we got our giveaways. We got more critiques, more love for Tom Bol, a man whose love burns brighter than 1,000 burning suns. Right here on the grid. Don't go away.
Wow.
Wow. So, we're back. You should see what happens here on the breaks. It's not good. Tamron,
Welcome.
this is a list of people sending us money. Squarespace.
Uh-oh, I use Squarespace. I must be
I
getting...
use Squarespace, Peachpace, they
paid.
send us money too. See these people? God bless them, or there'd be no show. Okay, it is. We got a few minutes left. We got some of these left. I want to tell you about. It's not break time, Brad. I want to two things. Number one, we're going to do the contest. Go to our website. Now our website changes every 15 minutes, so I think it is KelbyOne.com/contest giveaway stuff. No. Just contest. KelbyOne.com/contest.
That's just another line below
Okay.
it.
And then give us your name. First tell us which show you're watching. You're watching The Grid. Give us your name, your email, so we can contact you and say you won. And then
It's just like every other form out there. Just click submit.
yeah, just click submit. And but you got to tell us what you want to win.
Dude, if they
I don't
can't figure
understand.
this out,
I
they
know.
don't deserve to win the
Step by
book.
step.
Right.
We explain
But
it.
Tell us what prize you'd like to win. Do you want to win the digital photography book? Do you want to learn the Photoshop for Lightroom users?
Or Scott's
Or my
phone,
iPhone, which
so-
angers people.
Yeah.
And let's see. my angering iPhone. I took it away so Tom didn't make a call. These things cost money.
I've been calling the whole
These
episode.
things cost money.
Yeah.
and or the KelbyOne 1-year subscription. All right, so let's go. Hey, I do want to mention one thing. Today, a great guest blog from Matt Hoyle. It's Wednesdays on my blog. I invite someone else to take over the blog for the day. Matt did a great thing. He did a wonderful project about shooting comedians. And I actually have the book.
Wow.
His name's Matt, so he's got to be good.
I got it. Yeah. I have this book. Yeah, I got it as a present. So anyway, a terrific guest blog post, and a great story. The stories are very good, so it's absolutely worth reading. It's just interesting to see He talks about at the end how hard it was to do this and how draining it was, but of course how rewarding it was too. But interesting to see how he came up with these scenarios. Very, very good stuff. Okay, these are basketball shots. So, did she got a nosebleed? Don't know. Something happened somewhere.
I can tell what she's saying though.
Yeah.
Zoom in on her mouth. I can tell you exactly. Shucks. Shucks is what she said.
Gosh. I mean, they're all in focus and the exposure's good. I don't know what to say. And you can hear nobody else does.
I think you just got to take it a step further. You know, you're on the playing field here, football game, whatever.
Well, you got to imagine that their kid or somebody is in the band because there are 3 shots of the band.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? I don't know which one's your kid.
Yeah.
It's very hard to judge this shot
Yeah.
because am I judging it for like, are you a good photographer or not? Who the heck knows?
They're all of sporting events, and so if they're sending
Yeah.
them in, I kind of figure maybe they want to start shooting sporting events, and none of those photos would get you there.
Yeah.
If you just want us to say how your photos of your kid are, then yeah, they're pretty
Yeah,
good.
you capture the moment, but you just got to take it a step further.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to tell you there. Again, I said like go look at the sports photography of some great people: Dave Black, Bill Frakes,
Yeah,
Walter Yost.
they've documented the event,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and if you want to be
Documented who
an
was
event
there.
documenter shooter,
event documenter. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. See what we got here. What we have here is a failure to communicate.
a little hot, but
So these aren't bad. I like this one.
I do too.
And I don't even know
that's
why.
my favorite of the lot, actually.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I like the color. I like the emptiness of the boat.
Like the processing.
I like the processing.
yep.
The rest,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty place, but it's crooked. And I know that that's not the horizon line, but the whole thing looks like it's tilting to the
Yeah,
left. I mean, in a pretty serious way.
think
And it's just really disconcerting.
There you go. That's better.
Hey,
But-
well, I wonder
but now
what
the church
upright
is-
would do.
Yeah, now the church is
what
up.
would upright do? Let's undo that crop, okay? So let's undo that crop. I don't know if upright's going to be able to do enough because it's not going to. See, upright is trying
it's
to
looking at
straighten
that line.
edge.
Yeah, on the bottom.
But it
Just do vertical.
I was going to see if you could make the profile first, but there is no profile.
How about if you just do vertical?
Well, that's everything.
No, the other one.
Sorry, that's everything. No.
Nope.
no, nothing's.
There's nothing here.
Gonna go there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do this. But you know what is bad about this? When you straighten what is actually would be the horizon line, now the church looks really
Yeah,
crooked.
it's bent.
This thing's got some troubles. The exposures are good. You're doing a good job of exposing at night and things, which a lot of people struggle with. So, and this, I like this one too. This one's pretty good. It's pushed a little far maybe on the post, but it's not bad. So, it's it's like this is interesting, and the color's amazing. This is not.
Nah,
You
it's
got
not.
the horizon line
Yeah,
almost
it's-
in the middle.
Go back to the city. So what that one's missing is cool sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool sky would
Yeah,
help.
some
And-
drama clouds.
But you know what it is? The big
It's-
parking lot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you could almost crop it to a fake pano or something like that. Even the other ones are kind of missing a cool sky.
Yeah.
So if you
You're on
want
the right track.
if you want a tip for twilight shooting, put your camera on a tripod, shoot as the sun is after the sun's gone down for that first 5 or 10 minutes when the clouds get colorful and you get those pinks and all the colors in the sky, but the lights aren't really on yet.
Yeah.
But then shoot 10 minutes after that when the lights come on and merge them together. And that's how you get a killer twilight shot that way.
Killer Twilight tips for Matt. Okay, here we go. Take a look. I love that. You know what I love about it? It's really tied in.
Not enough going on there for me.
Yeah, if I was at a, what do you call
At the
this?
air show.
At the
Yeah,
air show,
sure.
and I took my camera out and took that shot, it looked like that.
Yeah. I like the pan blur on that earlier photo. We need to do something different with the jet.
A little tighter with the jet too. Excuse me, I'm not a little tighter. It's too tight on the edges. It's really.
Yeah.
I just rated it 2 stars. I meant to just zoom in. Matt?
Let me see it on yours. It's just flat. I know exactly where that
It's
is.
California coast, isn't
It's
it?
McQuay Falls in Big Sur, and it's a beautiful spot. Been photographed many times. It's just very flat. It has nice, beautiful light shining on it, and he could have just been there, or she could have just been there when that didn't happen. But there are sliders that will warm things up, and there you go.
There we go. That's adding some life.
It's a much nicer photo that way. So
Let's look at the before here.
they cropped in quite a bit on that one. I actually like the pulled out shot a little bit more when you can see there's a lot of pretty rocks and everything around it.
Yeah.
This does nothing for me.
Say, compared to that earlier shot, which
Yeah.
really
First
had
one was
tension.
dynamic.
Yeah, exactly. This other one's kind of like snapshot. You know, it's he's waving to the crowd, but it just doesn't really do much.
I think it was the last one. Let's pop it up a little bit. Silence fills the air.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ooh, the Hampton Inn.
There we go. I think I'm staying there right tonight.
Are you? I love the Hampton Inn. You know, it's a good value for the money. You get free internet, nice breakfast, warm breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, it's almost like they were attracted to the colorful lights, and so they're shooting at night. But once again, maybe that's a little tighter and a little more interesting.
I like the black and white. I kind of like that photo. It rained. You got the.
It's not doing anything for me, bro.
I don't mind this one.
Well, you know what? That's what I'm looking for in a shot. One I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to find? One that doesn't disgust me.
Yeah, same idea here. It's like they were playing with slow shutters. You know, get that silky water, but you just.
There's so much mess going on.
Yeah, it's like where are we going with this? It just needs to be tightened down.
And you know what it is? This is one of those things, like, you almost have to go onto 500px and search for photos of trees, because sometimes, we saw earlier in the show, dead trees work.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they
Rarely.
don't. Yeah, they rarely work, but it's like, how do you explain that? You know, I just see these branches sticking out all over.
And look at
the
all
place.
this junk up here.
It's just too busy. You know, this is one of those where you have a subject that is just inherently busy. So it's very hard to shoot it unless you change your angle or do a really extreme crop. That's going to trim out, go for the pano.
But look at
idea.
these. Look at the
Yeah.
ugly bush in the
Still
middle.
have-
Right in the middle of it.
yeah.
Ugly bush, ugly bush.
It's almost like take a left or right crop of
Yeah.
that, but
It's not.
yeah.
And that might be the best looking waterfall in your town.
But what's
I
interesting,
understand.
yeah. So what's interesting is, you know how to run the camera. You got the camera stuff
Yeah.
down. Now it's time to find more interesting subjects, because
Good point.
these are just.
Yep.
You're really not paying attention to the background. What you're doing is what a lot of people do: is they get to a scene and you're looking at the waterfall, but we see the whole picture.
Yeah.
And you're going, look, it's silky. It's just, I was trying to get that silky looking good. And you're looking at the rocks, and yeah, that's nice and sharp and all, but you don't even see all the ugly stuff around it. We're responsible for everything that we put in the frame. And so I would think those are some things that you could certainly do to help. This one is you're drawn into the color, which is very, very colorful. It's just a Hampton Inn. I bet if you were taking this for Hampton Inn, they'd be like, oh, this is great. But for everybody else, it's a shot of the Hampton Inn.
Yeah, it's a good shot for their website.
And this looks like a shot taken from the back of the Hampton Inn. So they're technically correct. They're well exposed. You did a good job for a nighttime exposure. The photos are sharp. The post-processing is nice. So, JW Photo has a comment. These are hunting shots. That's very good. This photographer is hunting for a photo, and these just say, "Is this it?
Yeah.
How about this? Nothing that grabs you by the scruff of the neck and says, "Here, look." JW Photo. That is a very
That's
good.
right on target.
Wait, JW Photo. Find out who that is. I want to send JW Photo something. I want to send you a book or something. You probably don't need it, but I'm gonna send you one anyway, just for having such a great quote. These are hunting shots.
Yeah.
Man, did he nail that?
Yeah, he really did.
And so what I'd say to this person too is, I could tell you like to shoot at night.
yeah.
So you need to go find places that, or you need to go find places that have good night places to
Interesting.
shoot, cities and wherever it happens to be. But
Yep.
All righty. Well, I think that's the last one, I think, of what we have for today. Now, if yours didn't get viewed today, you're probably thrilled. But what happens is we get hundreds of people that submit. And so we try to pick ones that are, a lot of different things, different genres and different things and good sampling. So if I hope you'll try it again next time. A couple of things, just real quick before we wrap up. We were very fortunate to have Lenny, our friend here on the set. We don't really have a studio audience, but every once in a while somebody will drop by and hang out with us, and we're always so pleased. So Team Chaco was well represented today. Also, thanks to all of our sponsors. Because without them, there would be no show, and we would all be asleep snug in our beds, except for it's 5 p.m. in the afternoon. All right, anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to our crew here. Thanks to Mr. Brad Moore, who is as handsome as he is virile.
Oh,
Ooh.
that hurt.
and Tomas.
We heard that.
Tomas.
Yeah, boy.
Tomas, one of my
Trouble.
favorite people in this industry.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
you are.
be
Seriously,
careful.
you are a
Hardly.
prince. Tom is
for
one of those
having me.
guys. Every time you mention his name to somebody, they go, "Do you love that guy?"
Yeah.
Seriously, no. You have the most sterling reputation. You clearly have not changed camera brands. Hey,
Go Nikon. Oh, sorry.
so Tom, where can people learn more about your work? Go see your stuff, your workshops and stuff.
TomBolPhoto.com. You can. Hey, look at that. It
Oh,
saves
wow,
and
just
pops
popped right up there.
Yep. You can find me there.
And can I say this? And I think Scott, you'll know what I'm going to say because I've said it to you before. If you're looking for a photo workshop, I've done many, and I can tell you that nobody is as good as this guy. Nobody is as
Dude,
good
it's
at
true.
hustling and making sure everybody in that workshop knows how to use their gear, knows where to take the picture, has what they need, has their questions answered, everything about it. Nobody does. I've never been to one where anybody does it as good as Tom.
I only do that on Matt when he comes on one of the workshops. But
Seriously, he
The
does.
rest of the time, he's
Tom
managed
doesn't even he doesn't even pull out his camera. The only time I was on a workshop with him on October, the only time he pulled out his camera is when we went to scout the morning before, and we ended up at a really great spot.
Yeah, that
but
was
it
amazing.
had just snowed and it was gorgeous. But
Do you
that was the
know
only
how-
time we took his
Do you know
camera.
how hard it is for a photographer teaching a workshop to go to a cool location, maybe with a snowboarder or something, and because we did some snowboarding
Yeah,
stuff,
I remember that.
And not pull out their camera.
And he never did.
I know.
He watched us the whole time
But
and he told us
had
what to do.
It wasn't maybe 24 feet, but you had an Elinchrom Ranger, a regular Ranger
yeah.
pack, way up high with a
Way
reflector,
up
with the
high.
big long
yeah.
throw reflector.
Gotta go big.
Gotta go big. Go big or go home.
Go big.
Dude,
or go
that
home.
snow was up to here too.
Yeah.
I remember.
Dude, Matt and I almost was still out there.
In fact, they disappeared during the shoot. It's like,
Matt and I
Where
got
are
stuck
they?
down in the snow. We're like, we'll be here forever. If Tom wasn't there, we'd still be in the snow in
the rental
Colorado.
car's still up on Leveland Pass too.
Well, thanks everybody. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Tom.
no,
Appreciate
thank you. It's
being
great to
on the
come in.
show.
Thanks for
Great
having me.
job. And we'll see you guys right here next week on The Grid. Take care. Sponsored by Canon.